The flooding devastation, stories also emerge of courage and heroes who battled the elements to save lives.
One first responder nearly lost his life after helping to pull others out of the water. Our Haley Hernandez is here with this incredible story.
It is. Good morning, guys. So necrotizing fasciitis, that is the very scientific clinical term for the infection that J.R. Atkins got while he was trying to rescue other people. Now, we've commonly heard that referred to as the flesh-eating infection, and we know that's deadly. He caught the signs early enough, but he warns other people what to look for since he knows many more Houstonians will come in contact with this during Harvey cleanup.
This is the Lake Colony floodwater in Missouri City that former firefighter J.R. Atkins was in, trying to save his neighbors before he was the one who needed saving.
I knew what I was getting into, which is a scary thing. Like I was fully aware that this could happen. J.R.
says he's trained in floodwater rescues and therefore knew the signs that a terrible infection was in his arm.
On Tuesday, a little tiny bite on me that by Tuesday night grew to about a nickel size. Next morning, it had gone across the bone on the bottom side of my wrist. 4 or 5 hours later, it had crossed the wrist and gotten into my hand. And anytime that a swell moves across the joint, I've always been told it's a bad thing.
He says the bug bite must have left his skin open to toxic waters. He went to Houston Methodist in Sugar Land, where they recognized the emergency, rushed him to ICU, and prepped him for days of operations.
If it wouldn't have been for the nurses here at Methodist, I probably would have, there's no way I could have been through it.
There was no way because JR started to get sepsis, meaning he was on a fast decline. And he's worried someone without knowledge of these symptoms would never catch it in time or know that what's sitting around now could have much higher levels of bacteria.
People didn't understand is that I went out in stormwater. I didn't go out in sewage. And so if you look at what's going on in Houston and you look at the drainage that you're getting is very different. There's way worse stuff in there.
I'm happy to say that he is doing much better and out of intensive care. As a typical first responder, though, he says that he would still be out there for the cleanup if he wasn't stuck in the hospital. But he urges people to take precautions. If you are out there in the cleanup, wear gloves, masks, boots, and goggles. And if you're aware of a cut of any kind, place waterproof adhesive over your skin for protection. And be aware that any swelling or redness should be seen by a doctor right away.
The thing is, you might have a tiny little cut and not even really know you have it.
The smallest thing. I didn't realize that a bug bite could do that, but it's scary. And he says all of this happened to him from the time he got the bite to the time that he was in surgery was 26 hours, which in hindsight, it might seem like a long time. But if you're procrastinating going to the doctor and you're saying, oh, well, just see if that swelling goes down. I mean, this could have killed him.
Jeez. All right. Thank you for sharing his story, though. Wow.
Thanks, guys.
Words of caution for sure. Britta's